up, guys? Back at it again with the next review that I promised, which was 105. I'm working on 106 at the moment, but I don't want to hold you guys any further, so let's just go into what we wanted to talk about. So we start off with this unknown chick from Universe 4 who comes out of nowhere and assaults, or at least attempts to assault Master Roshi, and terribly fails at it. But what's interesting about her is that she's actually able to change her energy into weapons. And by interesting, I mean completely boring and predictable. But you know, this isn't about that. This episode was all about the man, the legend, Master Roshi. So we'll ignore all the random thoughts here. We'll pay them no mind. And he also goes over the fact that he's actually been observing the entire tournament this entire time, which I think is pretty interesting because he's basically become the intel guy for Universe 7 in a sense. I'm not sure if this was planned out by Gohan or not, but if it is, smart play because he doesn't stand out very much. He's able to what's the word I'm looking for? He's able to conceal his energy very well. He has a lot of experience, so I mean, it works out. And of course, once she finds out that basically he's been watching her this entire time, she decides, I'm going to pull out the seduction card, one of the only things that actually works against Master Roshi. And it works. It works at the start. Let's not lie. It worked a little bit at the start. I thought it was kind of funny that he did the typical Magetta Chapo, whatever that. I guess that's like his catchphrase now, Chapo. And he was like, the fuck? So she goes to attack, and once he attacks, he grabs it with 2 fingers. It was pretty badass in my opinion. He's like, you done fucked up. Thought Slayer Roshi has come out of the fray. So Master Roshi has basically become the Thought Destroyer in this episode. I don't know how this became a thing, but from now on, that is gonna be a thing. He's now Thought Slayer Roshi. He's like, you don't understand. I am on another level, okay? I have taken all the training to suppress my desires, and I'm releasing it all in this state. You don't understand. And she's like, I've made a mistake. It's time to jump off the edge. And she does. And that wasn't really a fight, but I guess a win is a win. Let's not go too much further into that one. And then this is when things get weird, because I'm just like, are we have I entered into the right anime? What's going on here? So we basically enter the Naruto version of the episode, where another chick from Universe 4, who's basically, I guess she's a shinobi or something, but she's able to use talismans as her technique, and she fires off one at Master Roshi at the start, but it's an illusion, no big deal here. And apparently her technique basically, it consists of 76 attacks, and of those attacks she has 129 illusions. So Roshi decides that he's gonna do the Naruto walk to get away from this shit. Again, I'm not sure you're watching the same anime anymore. I don't know what the writers are doing, but I guess. Then she's like, surprise, motherfucker, and then smacks this guy into a trap and says that I've bound your shadow. Who does that remind you of, guys? Okay. And then she also goes and says that my planet exists in very dark places, basically saying that in dark places my power increases exponentially, blah 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 blah. No one really cares. But I mean, this sounds like the writers are taking a lot of concepts from previous episodes and other series now. So basically she transforms into whatever this hideous thing is, and Roshi goes on and says that basically because of the troublesome nature of some of the opponents in the tournament, that she had basically had the capability of tripping Goku or Vegeta up, anyone that's like very straightforward, which is true. Anyone that has like hacks of some ability typically has they basically trip them up a lot in their fights. Like, if we were to throw someone like, for example, Naruto, or who else is a prominent face in Naruto? Kaguya, someone along those lines, someone who has a lot of hacks. Madara, like, they're not as strong as Goku and Vegeta, but they have a lot of hacks, and hacks, they don't mix well with the Dragon Ball universe. So he decides, I'm taking this upon myself, and hits him with the Mafuba. Like I said, Thought Slayer Roshi is on another level, okay? He's on another level. She wasn't ready for this. Thought be gone. Hit her with the Mafuba. She gets wrecked, gets put in the demon jar. That's all she wrote. That puts it into it. And then Universe 4's God of Destruction. I'm trying to remember what his name is. Kitella, I believe. Basically, Kitella and Beerus getting a little bit of a squabble about whether or not what Roshi used is actually legal because he used an item. I'm not, based off of the original rules, I do not believe that this is illegal. It might be, but honestly, it doesn't really matter because Zeno basically can do whatever he wants at the drop of a hat. He can change the rules if he deems it necessary, if he feels like it. So they squabble back and forth, and then and then the Zeno's coming up like, shut your bitch asses up. And of course they do. So we move on forward, and then the third fighter from Universe 4 steps forward, Ganos, who is salty that his thoughts got destroyed. I feel no sympathy for him, of course. And Roshi said, you know what? You're going to be the third victim. Let's get this over with. And then this guy transforms into a Super Saiyan version of Psyduck? What anime is this? We have gone from Naruto to Pokemon? What? Okay, whatever. But basically, Master Roshi is just mollywopping this dude, backhands him to a rock. His stubby legs can't touch him. He's dancing all over Ganos. He can't really respond. He can't hit him for any reason. And at that point, it just looks like Roshi is just like, you know what, this is pointless. It's over. I have more experience. And one thing that I actually forgot, if you guys are not aware, is that if a lot of people seem to forget how much experience Roshi actually has. Like, Roshi is legit over 400 years old. This dude is old. Like, this guy has a ton of experience under his belt. So it makes complete sense that he's able to mollywop Ganos. But, I mean, in a split second after that, Ganos basically gets up and pulls a hit and now has pure growth. And basically because of all the this quote-unquote youth that Ganos has, now he has the ability to grow stronger and stronger each minute, kind of like what Hit does every time that he fights a strong opponent. He adapts and he gets stronger, and then he just starts, he basically just starts mollywopping Master Roshi at that point. I mean, he can't, once he's basically analyze his opponent and decide, okay, well, Roshi, he's just an old man. I still have more youth. I'm stronger. I can be faster and be able to change my movements so that you can't read them. Then Roshi's basically worthless in the fight. And Roshi decides at this point that he's going to sing a lullaby and tries to put Ganos under hypnosis. It almost works. But Ganos shocks himself, which is something that any person with common sense would do. I mean, even Goku or Vegeta would do the same thing. They would just hit himself with a ki blast and call it a day. But, smart play, I guess. Nothing really spectacular. Am I the only person, sorry to kind of get off topic, but am I the only person that's bothered by the fact that Beerus keeps calling Roshi an old man? Like, Beerus is literally billions of years old. Like, billions. This guy is the oldest that old can get. And he is calling Roshi, who is only over 400 years old, an old man. Okay, Beerus, Mr. Original Old Man, whatever you say. Anyway, going back to the fight, Ganos at this point has started wrecking Roshi yet again and tells him to accept his limits. At this point, I'm thinking, I don't know how much more Roshi can do here. I mean, he's a good fighter, but he's still Roshi. I mean, he's still one of the weakest Z fighters. I don't know what he's gonna do here. And at this point, Roshi just starts giving out this excessively badass speech, talking to Goku and Krillin, telling them that, I'm not giving up on my limits. I want you guys to move well, learn well, eat well, play well, rest well. It's really a heartfelt speech. I appreciate it personally. Before Roshi finally unleashes his most powerful Kamehameha yet and completely knocks Ganos out of the ring, fight's over. And it seems like, alright, well, my man Roshi has put in some work. Let's give him a round of applause. He's put in some work. I can't lie. He's done well. He's taken out 3 fighters. Not bad. Top shelf. So he takes him out, right? And at that point, Roshi collapses. And I'm sitting here like, oh shit. I'm like, oh shit. Like, I was genuinely upset for like, I want to say at least 5 minutes during this episode. And that was towards the end because of this scene. Again, going off topic, this is the 6th time that Goku has activated Super Saiyan Blue. Why? Guys, remember, Goku has infinite stamina now. If anyone asks you, he has infinite stamina. Super Saiyan Blue 6 times. Still has stamina drain. Remember this. So Goku goes over and he's trying to resuscitate Master Roshi, using some type of energy technique. And this scene, I mean, I'm not gonna lie, this messed with my feels a lot. And I think a lot of people, either if you're not that big of a Dragon Ball fan and you haven't been watching this towards the beginning, I can probably understand why you wouldn't be too attached. Because I mean, in Z, he was overlooked, and Super, he's just starting to get his spotlight again. But I mean, what a lot of people don't realize is that Roshi is literally like the closest thing to a father figure to not only Krillin but Goku as well, especially considering that Grandpa Gohan died after Goku crushed him. So I mean, this is a lot bigger than just, that's their master and they've known him for 30 plus years. Like this guy is as close to a father figure as you could possibly comprehend. So this scene actually has a lot of weight, and I appreciate the way the scene was done. So I can't make the writers hold an L for this one. I'll let them have this good scene. Goku basically goes into a flash of light. Master Roshi is revived, and we get a heartfelt moment. I guess it's a decent ending to the episode. Overall, all in all, this was not a great episode, but it was a good episode. I'll give it that much. I don't have a lot of hate for this episode. But there's one thing that I want to talk about briefly, and it's what Roshi said at the end that's curious to me. He says that there was lots of cute young angels over there, and when he says that, he's mentioning the other world. And I'm like, I mean, he's been to the other world before. Why? Like, he knows that there's no angels there. So, I mean, either he's joking, or this opens up a whole new can of worms, and that goes into a theory that it's possible, mind you, it's possible that Xeno and the Grand Priest are not actually deleting universes, but moving them somewhere. Like, follow me on this. I know this is a very large logical leap. It probably sounds unreasonable, but it may be. I'm saying this with a very high emphasis on maybe. There's a small probability that what's happening is that because of the way everything's standing, because we don't know who's the Grand Priest may have some large extra plan. People keep saying that he's like the evil villain is like the real evil dude. He's the one planning all this shit. It's possible that instead of deleting these universes, that he's actually taking them and teleporting them elsewhere, and then plans on making like one really large universe with those guys, and then making it's possible that he can make another large universe combining universe 7 with all the other strong universes. Mind you, this is just a theory. These are just some thoughts. Let me know what you think down below. That's it for me. I'm currently, like I said, I'm working on the 106 review. That's going to be coming out today at the bare minimum. But let me know what you guys thought of the episode. And that's all I have to say. Ours is out.